So, first of all, how's the whole Monaco experience been for all of you?
Spectacular. It's a dream. Never in a million years would I ever think I would be able to come here, that I would be invited here. There are no words. It feels like, I was saying to my friend when driving in, I felt like I was in the opening sequence of a James Bond film, driving from the airport to here. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So no, it's a spectacular experience. It really is. I mean, I've spent much of my life in the Mediterranean, but to be here and to meet legions of fans from all over Europe at such a sort of prestigious event as this is nothing but an honor, and it's been wonderful. And we're going to the palace this evening, in fact.
What does that inspire in you, going to a palace this evening?
Well, I actually come from a royal family. You know, of blue-collar, working-class folks. You know, my last name is Smith. We are an empire, actually, in America. No, it should be really, really fantastic.
Has this also been a chance for you to meet other actors, other people maybe you've worked with or not worked with, would like to work with?
Yeah, we had a lovely chat with Jeffrey Tambor, who all of us admire his work.
Fabulous.
And to spend time again with our Warner Brothers family, which we're getting to know better and better and better. In fact, you know, we travel around and we see them, and it's great spending time with them, and what a delight they are.
Yes, indeed.
I know Gotham's now been renewed for a third season. How are you feeling about that?
Oh, it's
elated.
Wonderful. It feels like we have so much story to tell, and so it just, you know, it's we get to go into the next chapter. I think I know all of us are really proud of what our show is becoming. You know, our first year, we've kind of changed format a little bit at the end of season 1 and into season 2, and we're feeling really confident with this piece that we have, and it continues to grow. We continue to fine tune it, and so it's so nice moving into season 3 with this like level of confidence that we have and clarity of how we want to tell this story.
And also, like, the way the television is consumed now is so fascinating. I mean, with, you know, the fact that our show, you know, is on Netflix now, it's opened us up to a whole new, you know, incredible, you know, amount of new fans, people who are now just discovering it, and that energy is feeding into our energy, and it's just like, it's just, we feel like, you know, we have this beautiful, amazing momentum. So yeah, season 3 is just going to be off the charts.
Yeah, normally, you know, when you shoot a movie, I've done many movies in the past, you get the opportunity when you do a movie to shoot a movie 1 hour 20, 1 hour 40 minutes. You know, we've been given the luxury of spending 44 hours with these characters, and we've just been given a big present of another 22 hours. So so to develop a character over that period in a real sense of time frame in our slightly arched world of Gotham is nothing but a privilege.
Now, all of your characters have been played multiple times before by multiple fantastic actors. How much did you draw on inspiration from the past portrayals of each of your characters?
I actually haven't seen either of the live action performances, and once I got this job, I didn't think it would be helpful to go back and watch. So the thing that influenced me was comic books, and you know, as daunting as the job was, and as kind of terrifying and fear-inducing and vomit-inducing, and tremor-inducing, and I was having seizures at the. I felt a freedom because as I'm looking through the decades of work in the comic books, when a new artist and writer came on, the character changed, aesthetically, you know, visually, and also the tone of his villainy. And so I was like, oh, well, this is the spirit of Batman. This is the spirit of this world. It's been around for 77 years. You know, you can come in, the foundation feels so strong, and if you respect the DNA of the character and you're being authentic to your story, then I felt a confidence moving forward that I would create, you know, that I'm a strong enough actor that with our material I can create a version of the Riddler that I'd be proud of.
Also, when we all auditioned, we didn't know what roles we were auditioning for, and we weren't given a script, and we were given scenes that were not even in, and that had different names and all of this. And that was very intentional on Bruno Heller and Danny Cannon's part. You know, they didn't want what had happened, what had come before. They wanted, you know, whatever we brought naturally, intrinsically to these scenes. And that's why we got cast, is because whatever choices that we made in those auditions. So then going forward, you know, obviously I grew up watching, well, not obviously, but I grew up watching the Adam West series, very familiar with Burgess Meredith, incredible actor, Danny DeVito, also incredible actor, I've seen that movie many times. But when I was cast, I was like, okay, wait a second. They very intentionally did not want me to reference what had been done before. They wanted it to be a fresh, you know, unique take. And so I actually, you know, kind of stepped away. I actively did not want to go back and revisit their performances, because first of all, they're just so brilliant that it would have been, you know, very scary to try and, you know, recreate something that those two amazing actors had done.
Have any of those actors reached out to any of you? Michael Caine?
No, I wish that Michael Caine, I mean, huge shoes to fill. I mean, this is a great thing about our show. The protagonist of our show is Gotham, the city itself, and it's how it influences these people. And also we're being seen at a time where I don't think it's ever been committed to celluloid before. So the interesting thing about our sort of process is watching is growing into the characters that we later, who we know, become. So that's the thrilling aspect.
I had the incredible fortune and just the incredible experience of working with the incomparable Carol Kane, who is not only a fabulous, fantastic actor, but also a fabulous, fantastic person. And she and I have become very close. We actually coincidentally she lives 2 blocks away from me in New York City. So, but she said to me one day when we were working, she, having done Taxi with Danny, she is basically like the godmother to their child. I mean, she has been close with that family for since Taxi. And so she came in and she was like, I have a message for you from a fan. And I was like, who? And she was like, Danny is very impressed by what you're doing. And I was like, that's all I need to hear. I mean, it just, you know, and of course, like, Carol also, like, I don't think she knew how affected I would be by that, but it was just a brilliant, brilliant moment, and one I'll never forget.
Cory, I read an article when I was researching for this interview about how you've said that you might like Jim Carrey to come play your dad.
Oh yeah, I think I've said that before. I mean, I think it came on the heels of talking about Paul Rubens, who played
my father in the show this season.
His father, and I was, you know, it would just be kind of amazing. I'm such an admirer of Jim Carrey, and I think the one movie he's done that I've never seen was Batman Forever, like, which is ironic and probably really helpful because I spent most of my childhood imitating Jim Carrey. So the last thing I needed to do was to see his interpretation of the Riddler. Awful. That would have been awful.
So just to wrap up, I'm sure a question you guys have both been asked several times. What's the best thing about playing bad?
Oh my goodness. Oh man. The best thing about playing bad, I don't know. Well, for me, you know, I am the least confrontational person you will ever meet. I am very much from Iowa. I'm very much that Midwestern. You know, I feel very uncomfortable in those situations. So it's actually somewhat therapeutic, you know, that I get to go to work and then I get to be the guy that messes things up and pushes people's buttons and like really asserts himself and takes no prisoners. It's really again, therapeutic is the word I would use.
You know, every bad guy or every villain has a different reason, or at least should, you know. And this particular story that we've given Edward, the thing, you know, he spent most of season 1 and thus most of all of his life, you know, working so hard to make friends or to make someone laugh or to like play a game with them, and it was just met with constant dismissal and disregard. And it wasn't until he started cheating and lying and harming people that he started having any kind of positive feedback.
And he made a friend
in his life. And you know, so this person becomes like aware that like if you want something or you want power or you want confidence, like, and you get it you know, a way that's maybe morally or ethically compromised, but you still get it, and it's the only way you've ever gotten it. It's the only way you've ever had a friend. It's the only way you've ever had a girl like you. You know, what's been so fun in this experience is like this person, this kind of delusion has been so overwhelming but so gratifying, and he can't turn around and turn back because he feels like destiny has chosen this for him. It's lured him in, you know. And so that kind of experience is playing this role, him being bad because of that, because he needs to feel like a person is really gratifying.
Sean, anything you'd like to add, just to wrap up?
No, I think the thing is, I think that everyone in our world of Gotham, which is an extraordinary place, has a propensity to be able to be good and evil. I think the thing is that the interesting factor about both these characters, he was mercilessly bullied. And what I find extraordinary is from our legions of fans now is that there's a real sense of love and understanding for someone who actually is able to sort of commit such vile deeds as with Nigma. You know, Alfred is damaged himself, as is Master Bruce. They could so easily, it's a very tight rope we walk in Gotham City. You could fall to the wrong side, to the dark side, very, very easily. So everyone has the opportunity of being bad, or choosing the light, choosing the good side.